Pick me boy or man is a man who claims or acts like he's unlike other guys just to get attention and validation from women.
A pick me boy is a term used to describe someone, typically a man, who seeks validation and attention by aligning themselves with traditional gender roles and by putting other men down or by supporting sexist stereotypes.
The pick me boys are very different from the nice guys. The nice guys are those guys that act to be nice when they're actually not nice just because they want to get into a woman's panties.
If you are interested in a man who is considered a nice guy, be careful. Here's why. There is a major difference in a nice guy versus a good guy. The nice guys, 99% of the time, their personality is fake so that they can get something that they want. You will notice common characteristics in them: saying yes all the time, being super easygoing, never setting boundaries or speaking their mind. Even if they are not trying to get something out of you, what will happen is resentment will build up in them and they will hate you and be angry at you for them not being able to speak their mind and say what they need.
But for the pick-me guys, those guys are constantly saying negative things about other guys. They appear to be very supportive, to support the feminist movement, so they can be in the good book of whichever lady they are interested in at that point in time. And they are constantly presenting themselves to the ladies as a better option.
Now, Barry is someone who consistently seeks approval from others, especially women, by putting down other men who challenge traditional gender roles or advocate for equality. Barry will often try to differentiate himself from other men by emphasizing how he's so different from other guys and by subscribing to the traditional gender roles that he believes will make him more desirable.
The pick-me boys mode of operation and characteristics. Most pick-me boys and the fake nice guys are misogynistic. They just put up a performance to hide their hidden agenda, their hatred towards women. They usually seek attention, validation, and empathy from women, and they're constantly exposing other guys by saying things like, that guy is a player who screws women over. I'm not a player, which is why I don't get as many dates. Here are key elements that comprise a pick-me boy's personality and life outlook. Self-pity. Most men don't like me. Approval seeking. Do you think I'm needy? Jealousy or resentment. I don't get why women like assholes like him. Special snowflake syndrome. I'm not like those other guys.
I literally have pick me boys in some of the classes I teach where they're like, can I get your Snapchat? I'm probably too ugly. Oh, I can actually, oh no, I'm ugly. And it's not the ones that feel bad about themselves. It's like the ones that want a compliment. What is this? Nobody does this. Have some confidence. I can't.
I tell you, those guys are very sneaky and corny. They usually leave ladies that are interested in them and ladies that are in their league and chase over ladies that are above their league, ladies that are not interested in them, and they use them pity stories to manipulate those ladies into dating them. They usually say things like, I'm used to rejection. He says this to immediately get your pity. It's his way of setting you up for a challenge. He's hoping you want to prove him wrong and you give a chance. Think of this response as a bit of sly reverse psychology. You might also say, I'm so ugly. No one ever talks to me. I don't blame you. Who would you want to go out with? The guy will probably pause and look at you after saying something like this. He's waiting for you to jump in and correct him. They usually use this "you're out of my league" statement so you can jump in and correct them and make them feel better. They want to hear you say you're good enough, and then they'll use that as a means to ask you out. Those who are very corny, you just have to be careful. They dwell in self-deprecation. They usually put themselves down to emotionally manipulate you.
Are you a pick-me boy? Here's how to tell. Pick-me boys use self-deprecation as a way to obtain approval from women.
At first, it might seem like the guy has low self-esteem, but it's actually a tactic to get recognition or emotional support from a woman he likes. Usually, he would say something self-deprecating in order to make the woman he's talking to reassure him and tell him how great he is. He might even go as far as asking her out, hoping that she feels so guilty and she will accept. Dangers of pick-me boys and how they ruin women. Pick-me boys are born out of hatred for women. It's all pretense. Their niceness and everything is all pretense. They actively guilt trip and manipulate women. Their true colors usually show up over time. A lot of guys out there use this as a dating strategy to get women. They mostly turn out to be worse than the regular dusty guys out there. Comment on pick-me boys. Goodness, not me realizing my craziest ex was a pick-me boy, because just few weeks after dating him, his covert narcissistic tendencies came out. Yes, covert narcissism, like needing constant validation about his looks to the point that it's all he ever talked about. I have honestly found that the men who have to convince the world so often that they are nice guys tend to be the most manipulative in nature. So basically, nice guys use emotional trap by saying most girls don't like me because I'm ugly, and if you as a girl try to reassure them without feeling inclined to date them, you have to accept you're no better than the main ones he was just talking about. It's a guillotine technique.
I am starting to think that one of the biggest plagues of our society is pick-me boys. Last night, I witnessed a pick-me boy try to flirt with a woman. It was excruciating to watch. I was at a party with a couple friends when I hear a man from the corner of the room say, "I'm 5'2", but I have a big personality." I was in a group with other people, but as soon as I heard this, I couldn't help but listen in on their conversation. This man was making it easy because he was doing most of the conversation and he was talking loud. I kid you not, the next thing I hear out of this dude's mouth was, "I like wearing my heart on my sleeve. Like, I think I'm like 10 times more sensitive than the average man. I'm more in line with like my feminine side, you feel?" This poor woman this guy is talking to is actually a saint because she gives this guy a shot. She moves the conversation along and she's just like, "Oh, where are you from?" Tell me why this dude answers this woman by saying, "Spiritually, I'm from Los Angeles, but I'm actually from Long Island." Who says that? I then inform my friends on the lunacy going on across the room, and one of my friends knows the poor girl that is trapped in this conversation. So my group decided to go up to this poor girl just to make sure she was okay. We successfully introduced ourselves into the conversation, and this girl looks so thankful. Yet this pick-me boy continues to yap away. This dude goes, "Oh, you guys are all friends?" And we're all just like, "Yeah." And then he goes, "Mi familia." In my head, I was just like, "Sir, you are not my family, and your accent sounds like you stopped learning Spanish in 6th grade." Now I know the male brain, and I know this dude is not trying to make friends. So I take initiative and try to make friends with him. I shoot the typical question, "Do you play any video games?" He goes on a 5-minute rant on why video games are bad for you. He was just like, "Video games rot your mind and your soul." And then he looks to the girl that he was trying to flirt with, and it's just like, "I would never do that." Bro, it wasn't that deep. I was just trying to see if you played Crossy Road or not. So I gotta say is, why would you ever choose that personality?
Let's have a look at people's experiences with the pick-me boys / pick-me men. My friend dated a nice guy / pick-me boy in high school. He always showered her with gifts and took her out on nice dates. Others in the friend group always told her she was lucky to have a guy who was so nice, sensitive, and generous. What we didn't see and later found out about was he was trying to guilt trip her into getting physical with him. Basically, "Oh, I spent so much money on stuff for you, I'm so nice to you, and I'm miserable because you won't say thank you by letting me have sex with you." She kept pushing him away in situations like that, telling him she wanted to wait until marriage. They were already engaged, so it wouldn't have been a long wait. Then, not long after he graduated, he attempted to grape her. She dumped him. He spread lies about her to the whole friend group. These days, he posts nothing but pathetic nice guy memes about how women are cruel for not giving a nice guy like him the attention he craves. So guys, have you ever experienced a pick-me guy before, or do you know someone that has done that before? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Please go ahead to share your experience with us in the comment section. Please also take a moment to like this video and subscribe if you're yet to do so. Thank you.
Shame that men feel when they're rejected by women is precisely the shame that they feel at knowing deep in their heart that they have not lived up to what they are capable of being. And that harsh judgment that women lay on men, which by the way is part of our sexual evolution, well, it's a terrible rejection, but it's a salutary rejection. And that process of differentiated choice has shaped us into what we are. That action of consciousness, wanting the best from a potential partner and selecting at least in part on that basis.
Wait, hold on. Is he saying that women should stop rejecting men because it makes men feel ashamed? Women pass harsh judgment on men. The constant rejection from women shaped and formed men's sexual evolution. I don't understand exactly what Peterson is saying there. Is he trying to say that women should accept any and every man that approaches her, even if the man is below her standard? The man does not have those qualities she's looking out for. Because what he's saying does not make any sense to me. Should we blame women for rejecting men, or should we hold men accountable for not meeting up to a woman's standard. I understand not everyone can handle rejection. Rejection comes with fear and a whole lot of things. Rejection does have a huge impact on an individual regardless of the gender, but we should not blame someone for rejecting someone, honestly, because everyone has got their own standard. If someone rejects you, you move on to the next person, and you shouldn't hold it against the person that rejected you. But a lot of guys don't do that. They become resentful and they blame women for rejecting men, exactly what Peterson just did.
Most guys are afraid of rejection because their entire life has been filled with safety nets, filled with backup plans. Modern society coddles you in every way possible. That is the default standard. So when it comes time to face a visceral rejection from a girl, it stings. Even the idea of being rejected by a girl makes guys fearful. It makes them afraid to go out there and take the necessary action in order to win.
He just said modern society coddles men is a default standard for men. So men are always supposed to be highly placed and above women as superior. Women will get it because it's the society that was built by men. So because of that, a lot of men cannot face rejection because to them it's like, who are you to reject me? You're not supposed to reject me. I'm supposed to be your superior. And it makes it so hard for men to face rejection and handle rejection. And it puts this fear in them. What if my subordinate rejects me? Because obviously women are their subordinates based on how the society is structured. So who are you to reject me? And then he puts this fear in them. He also made mention of safety nets and backup plans. I told you men are always selfish. They think about themselves all the time. They always have their safety net and their backup plan. So you just have to be careful. So why is a rejection from a woman a big deal to a man? I think it's because women are subordinates and they're not supposed to say no to their masters. We are seen as a slave in the society. So who are you to turn your master down? You don't have that right. So it always comes as a shocker to a lot of men.
I don't know who this is going to trigger, but something that I noticed is that men will resent you when they realize that they don't have a chance with you and that they can't have you. And this is something that literally has been happening to me since I've been in my feminine energy. If they can't have you, they will want to be you, or they will resent you and smear you. But that's also very narcissistic. Narcissism tends to do that. So stay safe out there.
Guys are the worst at handling rejection.
Like the worst. Like the first thing they do is bash the girl that they put all that effort into getting. What happened 2 weeks ago when she was gonna be the love of your life? Now she said no. Now she got a unibrow. She been had the unibrow.
Just saying she was your Beyonce last weekend.
Shawty my Beyonce. Now she ugly.
It's definitely a pride thing, and sometimes it's okay to be prideful. Like that's just a natural thing that happens. It's just the acting upon your pridefulness.
That's the biggest point.
I guess it's obvious why those guys got rejected. Their egos are a lot. They've got a huge ego and bad behavior. Because why would you go around telling lies about someone that rejected you? Why would you be resentful because someone rejected you? Why would you go around smearing someone's name because they rejected you? I think that's part of the reasons those ladies did not accept them, because their bad attitudes were sticking out and those ladies could actually see through them. Honestly, because a good person would not go around bad mouthing someone that rejected them, telling lies on that person. I think it's good those guys or such guys got rejected by ladies.
Never trust a man that doesn't know how to handle rejection. Never underestimate the feelings of a man who has been rejected. If this man states that he would kill you, you need to believe him and take the necessary precautions. Men who aren't able to handle rejection will resort to physical violence and often verbal assaults on people who have done nothing to them but made a choice in which they have every right to the choice that they have made. They will even begin to harass and or stalk you. So it's very important that you keep in mind how you let someone down and make sure that you keep your distance from that person. Take everything serious because your life is extremely important.
Men have to get over killing people because they're getting rejected. Like men, that can't go on. Like that is like They said the Idaho murders, he was DMing one of them, and then he didn't get a reply. He kept DMing them months and months, and she never got a reply, and then he murdered them. Then there was this Alabama basketball player who got into an argument with a girl because she didn't want to give him attention, and he shot her. She's dead now. Like, it's just like senseless. Like, I just don't understand it. It's really disgusting. Like, it kind of makes me mad. Not even kind of, it does make me mad, because it's just like, you're so like narcissistic that you can't take rejection. Half the time they be fucking ugly. Ugh.
The craziest thing is men feel when a girl rejects you is like, sheesh, damn, bitch, you think I'm not that good? Like, there's someone better out there than me? You know what I'm saying? It does feel like crap, but like, to be honest with you, as men, like, we're used to it. You know, we're used to women rejecting us. You know what I'm saying? Leaving us on red. For men, it's all about volume. You know what I'm saying? You shoot 100 times and you hope that you hit at least once. If you hit once, you win. You know, most guys shoot 100 times and they get nothing. So if you could at least hit 1, 2, 3, oh my gosh, you're amazing. If you could hit up 100 girls as a guy and at least get 3 of them, and we're talking about 100 girls that you want, and you at least get 3 of them, you fuck it. That's an excellent guy. You know what I'm saying? If a guy can hit up 100 girls that he's interested in and get at least 3 girls to mess with him, or at 1, like, he's winning. Like, he's a dog, because most guys get 0.
Let's hear true stories of ladies that rejected guys and it resulted to something else.
I just rejected a guy in Kroger, and the security guard had to escort me outside for safety to my car. Story time. Real story. That just happened just now. I'm literally shaking. So if my word is mumbling, that's because I'm still trying to process what just happened to me. So I simply went to Kroger, minding my business, to go get some fruits and some veggies to prep my meal for me and my kids. And I noticed that there were 2 guys around just lurking. They really wasn't doing anything. But because I have my baby, my focus immediately start paying attention to their asses. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to be judging people. They might just be doing their own thing, but I'm still going to keep an eye. It is sad that we have to do this as women. But again, your intuition is never wrong. So don't ignore it when you feel like something is up. So while I was minding my business, picking up my fruits and stuff with my baby in the cart, one of the guys just kept passing my cart. And I was like, okay, this is weird. But he was picking up some bananas. So I'm like, okay, maybe they're fucking shopping. That's what I'm thinking. So as I left the fruit aisle to go pick up some yogurt, one of the guys pat me on my shoulder, and I turned around. And, well, I didn't know it was one of them. But when they pat me on my shoulder, I turned around and I noticed it was him. And I said, hi. And he said, hi. And he proceeded to ask me, where is the cocoa in the store? And I said, I don't know. Where's the cocoa? I don't know. And I was like, maybe you can ask somebody in the front. And he was like, so can I have your number? And I said, no, I'm sorry. You cannot have my number. And I started pushing my cart. And you know, when somebody pulled your shoulder, like, okay, you need to come back. I'm not done talking to you. That's exactly what he did. So I said, excuse me, you don't touch me like that. You don't do that shit. Like, that is very disrespectful. Don't touch me. So I immediately just forget about the yogurt and everything, and I start pushing the cart towards the register. He proceeded to follow me to the register, like close to the register, and I was like, dude, what do you want? And he was like, I'm just asking you for your number. So the other guy I saw coming towards us. And I was like, okay, this is not looking good. Let me just leave this shit inside of the grocery store and head to where the security guard is. So I told the security guard what was going on, and he was like, okay, I will escort you out in a minute. Just stay right here. So he walked up to the guys, and he was like, I don't know what he asked them, but they started laughing. And they was like, look at this mother effing clown trying to question me. That's exactly what they said to the guy, the security. So the security was like, okay, let me escort you out. And he was like, do you want any grocery? I said, no, I don't want any grocery, because I just want to go home with my kid because I have my baby. So while he was taking me to my car, the guys, they walked out the store as well, and they started yelling at the security guard. They started calling out his name, and he was like, don't pay attention to them, because if they come at me, I will be able to protect you and your kid. And I'm so grateful for that security, because he didn't have to, but he did. I ended up being in the car. safely, and I pulled off and I drove around a little bit before I had like come straight home, because I didn't want nobody to be following me, because I don't know if they was following me or not. But my thing is, why is it so hard for men to take rejection? When a woman says no, why is it so hard for you to respect that shit? Respect when a woman tell you no. It's a reason why she said no. She's just not interested. And for her to feel unsafe because she said no, it's crazy. Like, what happened to respecting people's boundaries? What happened to respecting people, period? Why do I have to think about you taking my life because I said no? I just don't understand, y'all. So please, ladies, be safe out there. And men, start acting like men now, please. If a woman says no, respect that. Respect her no.
Right, guys, so I've come to a realization that men cannot handle rejection.
They can't.
I was coming back from work, guys, hair a mess, exhausted, hot chocolate on my top because I had hot chocolate and it spilled on my top. Then, right, this guy is running after me as I'm like walking out the station, as if I'm Pink, even though he comes up to me and he's like, "You're so beautiful, like I have to take your number, etc, etc."
Never heard someone say etc,
etc. So I'm not gonna lie, I gave my number, because if he's like deluded enough to think I look nice, then just wait till I actually good. So we go on the date.
What kind of date?
It was like a coffee date, but with like different pastries and stuff.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah, very, very cute. It came to paying.
Dun dun dun! It's always when it's paying.
Yeah. And he's like, you know, trying to find his wallet and stuff.
Gross.
And like, it's, you know, when it's by the till as well, like people are waiting for you to just pay your like £6 or whatever the hell it was. Embarrassing. So I was like, should I just get this? Bear in mind, he said, "Can I take you out?" That's important. He asked to take me out.
Who are like, oh, it depends on who takes you out.
Paid whatever. The rest of the date was kind of ick to me. So like, even when he tried to like touch my shoulders, I was thinking in my head, don't touch me. Like, just don't do that.
Yeah. You're a little boy to me. I'll kiss you in your forehead.
Home, and he's like, "I had a really nice time. Can I see you again?"
No.
Just like, honestly, the best policy. Like, this isn't working. He asked why, and I was like, "Well, I paid." So, and he replied, giving me 3 bullet points, and these are what they were. He said, "I was gonna pay. I was just looking for my wallet." Why wasn't your wallet in your hand? Also, there's Apple Pay. Instead, number 2, you insisted. No, I didn't. I just offered. I was being nice.
It's called being polite.
And then to top it all off, he goes, "Number 3, yeah? You're a bitch." That's what he called me.
That was so rude.
Like,
that's
really
really mean.
I think so too.
He should apologize.
He should. Peace out.
Peace.
So have anybody else noticed, usually the guy who begs you for months for a chance is usually the guy who plays you at the end? Like, it don't make no sense. Like, they'll beg and beg, and finally when you give them a chance, they play you.
So guys, this is all I have for you in this video. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.